Specifically wanted to answer a question I got from Lax Guy. Lax Guy asked, "Hey man, just wanted to ask, what's the difference between high school and college lacrosse? Love your content. Keep up the amazing work." Perfect. Thank you, Lax Guy. I'm going to tell you right now. So here's the difference between high school and college lacrosse. Okay. Your high school team, you are going to practice every day, Monday through Friday, maybe even Saturdays. Okay. And you're only going to practice about 2 hours a day, maybe, depending on your school. You might have, 30 minutes less, 30 minutes more. There's all kinds of different programs out there. For a lacrosse player in high school, that's about as much as you do. You play in your high school team, and you've got a ton of people who are good. You've got a ton of people who are learning, and you got a ton of people. You probably have a handful of people who are super talented. There is a difference when you get to the college level because mostly everyone around you, and I would say, with the exception of maybe MCLA, just because as a club you can try out for the team and maybe you make the team because you're a crazy athlete, whereas in NCAA you are usually recruited to play for that school. So the difference between the two is high school lacrosse is super fun and it's a little bit low pressure. Once you get to the college level, you have to, and I mean you have to, put in the extra work. Otherwise, you're not going to see the field. Plain and simple. There's a lot more of an expectation of how you have to play, the level of commitment you have to put in. And obviously that commitment level goes higher the lower the number of the division. So D3, you don't have a fall season. You have captain's practices. You might have a couple of D3 games here and there, but you don't really have a fall season. D2, D1, you have a fall season where you are allotted a certain amount, according to the NCAA, you're allotted a certain amount of practices that you can have or hours that you can have in a week. So the D2, D1 lifestyle is a grind. You have to actually put in a ton of work in order to get there. But it's worth it because you're playing against and with guys in practice every day that are coming for you, coming for your starting spot if you're a starter, or coming for maybe even your third string or second string line. You have to show up and you have to play at a high level in order for you to be able to see the field, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of getting to a college lacrosse level if you're not going to try and be on the field, right? I would advise anybody who's looking to play in college, for one, it's less important of where you play as it is important for you to find a place where you can get a good degree, right? So if you have two options of places, you have one place that, let's say you want to study engineering, you have one place that might have a better engineering degree than the other, that's the one you should go to. The likelihood of you playing in the PLL or the NLL is really slim. And at the moment, the PLL, even though they're doing a great job of trying to compensate their players, it is not at the level where, most of these guys can just do the PLL. They actually, most of them have other jobs as well that they love and enjoy. So the difference is too between the players is that all of those players are super interested in getting better as an athlete. So you have to be really intentional about what you need to do outside of practice, in the weight room, on the field, on the wall. All of that stuff is kind of what sets those kinds of players apart. So I hope that answers your question. I hope I can, shorten that up for you in a TikTok, but I wanted to answer that for you.